Princess and the Pea. Long ago, in a faraway land, there lived a handsome prince. His life was perfect in many ways. He lived in a fabulous castle with his parents and spent his days hunting and fishing. But there was one thing missing. He wanted a wife. His father, the king, had introduced him to many girls, but none was right. After a lot of thought, he decided to go and search for a wife himself. The prince packed his bag, saddled his horse, and said goodbye to the king and queen. He told them he would not return until he had found a very special girl, a real princess. For many days the prince journeyed over fields and meadows, through rain and sun. At night he stopped to rest his horse, but started off again as soon as the sun was up. He would not give up until he found his girl. Every day he stopped in towns and villages to meet the ladies of the land. The girls were all shapes and sizes, young, old, tall, short, dark and fair. They were all lovely, but none of them was exactly right. 1 year later, the prince had still not found the right girl for him, and he returned to his parents to tell them the bad news. "Any luck finding a young bride, son?" asked the king. "No, father, I'm afraid not. There are many lovely girls in our land, but not one of them is the girl for me." The prince went to his room with a heavy heart. Would he never find his true princess? Later that evening, the sky grew dark, the wind lashed through the trees and lightning streaked across the blackened sky. The storm was the worst the land had seen for many years. Only one person was out in this terrible weather, a young princess who was returning from a visit to some friends. Suddenly, the wheels of her carriage struck a huge stone and crash! The whole carriage toppled over, throwing the young girl clean through the air. She landed face down in a pool of mud. "What a mess!" she wailed, picking herself up slowly out of the mud. With her carriage broken in pieces, she started to limp towards the only lights she could see. They were the lights from the prince's castle. Eventually, she arrived at the castle doors. "Surely someone inside will give me shelter from this terrible storm," she thought, trying to wipe her face and smooth her dress. With the last of her energy, she raised her fist and knocked bravely on the door. Tomkins, the king's servant, heard the small knock through the noise of the storm. "What on earth could someone be doing out in this weather?" he said to himself. He shuffled to the heavy door and pulled it open. "Oh, you poor wee thing," he exclaimed when he saw the drenched figure in front of him. "In you come and get yourself warm," he continued, taking the shivering girl to sit by the kitchen fire.
Cheetah